Hello guys, this is Rohit and today I'm going to show you the must-have things about the OnePlus 3. You should know all these things if you have bought a OnePlus 3T or you need to buy OnePlus 3T. So do watch the video. Let's begin. So this is the rear side of the phone. The surface is really smooth and it's really gives a good grip to your hand, and on the one side there is a power button and just above it there is a SIM ejector pin, slot, and you have a ejector hole also. So the camera bump has really just come out a little bit of the surface, which is not the traditional OnePlus trademark, but it's okay, giving that they have adjusted it. So moving on to the front, the phone is really smooth. The edges are really curved. Going on to the bottom, this design seems familiar with someone called as iPhone, or you can call it Apple. There is a speaker at left part, and the center there is a dash charge port, the microphone, and yes, there is a 3.5 jack. Oof, so much for iPhone, copying the iPhone. So this is the USB type C cable, and along it there will be a dash charge unit, and it's really effective guys. You can just really have the phone powered up and juiced up within an half an hour, and you can just insert the pin this way or other way, so it doesn't really matter which way you insert, it still will charge. So now I'll show you how the power button is on the right hand side. So I'll just have to show you how the fingerprint and the power button really collides with each other. It's not really handy. You There is this design flaw which I didn't like. You accidentally end up pressing power button or the volume button when you are trying to unlock your phone or adjusting the volume. So I'll just now show you how fast is the fingerprint, and we go in 3 2 1. It's unlocked, it's locked, it's unlocked, it's locked. So I'm just having a fun here guys. You can really set up this guide from the settings. I'll now show you some couple of photos which I snapped. This is the front one. Yeah, this is also front camera, but I think it's little bit blurred because yeah, it is little bit blurred because I didn't really get that. I'll move on to next image. This is quite rich image guys. The photos are quite good. As the front camera is of 16 megapixel, you really get most out of it. So now this is the rear camera. I'll just have it this landscape for you. This is the photo I clicked without zooming in or without having anything zoomed. This is the normal photo. So and this is the max zoomed photo. So I'll just show you how much I really can zoom on the non-zoomed photo, and you can really see the billboard from there. And now the max zoom photo, you can actually really zoom it, hence more further, and you can see the readings there on the billboard. So that's quite a good camera there you get for 30k. So this were the image. I'll just make sure I'll upload more images for you, and you can really ask anything in the comment section. So moving on, the shelf. The new shelf design has been managed by OnePlus, where there is a managed center, and you can have really lots of widgets in it according to your own wish. You can write a memo from there also in case you have a reminder. So now moving on to the traditional settings of the nougat style, you can just rearrange them. It's really not nougat, but the update seems quite like it. And this is the traditional settings, which is in the dark mode, and which is actually the OnePlus trademark, the dark mode, yes. And it is what has made Oxygen OS a fashionable OS to use. So now let's move on to the light theme, and you can really also change the color in the light mode also now, because from the 3.4 Oxygen OS updates you can have various colors like this, and you didn't have them in the previous Oxygen OS 2 or Oxygen OS 3.0. So now I'll change the accent color to blue because I like the blue things. So yeah, now the white plus blue combination looks quite good, and I'll just have the brightness adjust for you. So I really need to show you the system updates. You can just install them manually by local upgrade option. You can put the zip in the root of the SD card and flash it. The fingerprint. So the fingerprint is quite good. As you have seen earlier, you can add new fingerprints. There is a in case uh, a pattern option, and I'll just skip over the fingerprint because I have already added my fingerprint previously. So there is a dedicated inbuilt app locker by which you can really lock the apps from within the phone, and you don't need to rely on the third party apps. So I'll just lock my YouTube and my share it so that my friends won't able to see it without my consent. So I'll show you how it really works. Going on to the YouTube and pressing the power button. I mean the fingerprint. Oh, it accidentally just had off. So now as you have seen, it is unlocked. I'll show you once more. So this is the okay, so I'll just open the share it, and yeah, there it is. It has been unlocked. So what the three buttons of the I mean below the windows has been replaced by a single button, and it is a clear all option. So there is no nonsense after that. So there is just one big button to clear all your apps. I show you the things that they have added there, that is the deep cleaning and the normal cleaning. So for a normal user, there is always a normal cleaning. Also there is a scheduled power off on. So this is the deep clean, which actually also clears the background processes and helps the battery. So you can just switch them whenever you like. So now we are moving on. That I have thing that I missed, that the front camera, which is a 16 megapixel, and also there is a notification light and a sensor and the speaker. I mean, yeah, that is a speaker, headphone speaker. So we'll just unlock the phone, and I'm just gonna show you some things that I have missed. So this is the Wi-Fi toggle. This is the auto rotation, and this is automatic brightness. Just moving on. There is the again there are some on-screen navigation buttons which you can have them, or you cannot if you wish to have them. So I just forgot to turn on the backlight. So turning on the backlight, there will be a two dots which will guide you that there are really the buttons there. But I prefer the on-screen navigation bar because it looks quite cool. So the long press action which I have told you earlier, just use it for turn off the screen, and you can do this trick right here and have your phone without using the power button. So now we are moving on to the customization. You can just have the Google bar. You can also have some shelf settings. You can have this icon packs change here, there, and their size also. Then there are something as widgets, which I have told you earlier that you can insert many of them, and you can also insert them on the shelf. I'll just have a analog clock installed. And I'll have to just make it all the way to the top. I mean just in the middle. And one thing that they have really made good is the weather app. I'm sorry I don't have an internet connection right now, but the weather app is really quite good. It tells you the exact forecast and also quite new user interface. So moving on to the gestures, there are the system gestures here where you have a three finger screenshot, which is really helpful because there isn't a screenshot button when you have the power button pressed. So you have to rely on the three finger screenshot. So just make sure you have turn it on. The phone really doesn't have a heating effect, guys, as many of you have complained. This was the night mode. The phone doesn't really heats up when you use it. It just heats up a little bit when you have it charged, but that is just a normal thing. And there is a hardware function called as near field communication or NFC, which is same as a Bluetooth, or you have to just tap on the phone from the back side to use the NFC. The trademark of another trademark is the alert slider, which can be now customized for anything you want. Just have it on your own wish. So these are the various system sounds you come across. Next thing is the battery, and the one flaw that I have discovered in this is the battery percentage. So there isn't a battery percentage anywhere on the screen or anywhere in the notification bar whenever you have it scrolled down or scrolled up. So you really need to turn on the show battery percentage from the battery option. So this is the good time that it has been giving me, though I have to test it throughout. Going on to the RAM and the memory. So first we'll go on to the RAM. So you can see there is a mighty 6 GB RAM, and out of that 4.2 is available right now, and that is got too much for me. You can just run 3 or 4 phones from this amount of RAM, but this phone does really never hangs. It just stand up to the mark that it has just made an Android platform reach the next level of the phones. It has really made it stand out of the crowd. And now just I'll show you the the advanced option. There is a scheduled power on and off, as I told you. It is quite good when you don't use your phone. This is the Oxygen OS 3.5.4. The internal storage is 64 gig for me, and I am already a developer. So the phone is really good, guys. I hope you buy it. It's really worth for the money, and the competitors don't stand a chance against this phone, because you won't find any phone of these specifications in the same price or a price around it. You need to have a price budget of double this price to have a phone of similar specs, or you won't even get it. So as I said, the phone is quite smooth on the end. There are the running lines on the both ends of the phone. The flash is just below the camera bump, or you can have it called it as a camera. The phone is curved in all the aspects or all the surfaces. The finishing is quite smooth, and yet it provides the grip for your hand. So it is quite thin. It is just mm's of it there, and it pretty have a standard size, a little bit more than standard size, but the phone is really good. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up.